Now here's something I didn't expect to be doing first thing on a Monday morning. All these cows you can see here should be in that shed. Although when I arrived this morning with the truck against the road over there, you can see it's one of those heart-sinking moments when you see a yard full of cows. They've managed to bust open the gate that sits alongside their little outer parlour feeder things. Come on, you lot. Naughty little things. Come on. So for the time being, I'm just going to get them in this handling pen here. Apologies for the wind. So yes, they managed to bust out via their little outer parlour feeders. They've had the roam of the entire yard overnight, or however long they've been out, I don't know. I was back here at 4:30 last night doing the checks and pushing their feed in. They were all right then. But as you can see, the yard's now a bit of a mess. They've been in the silage pits. I hope they haven't climbed up over them, because that would be a disaster. They've strewn the rubbish bags everywhere. They've walked up and down all the feed in front of all the other sheds. So we're just going to have a entire clear out this morning, push everything into the middens and start fresh. But yeah, not really what we wanted on a Monday morning. I would just like to say thank you to this animal, because this one's decided to stay where it's supposed to be. So thank you very much, cow. 1 out of 30 well behaved. But yeah, what they managed to do is, I guess 2 of them had got trying to push into here together, and they'd bust this. This only just catches in here and it would come out. So that is where the issue lied. I'll frape that up with some string. I mean, we did used to have chains like this on all of them, but they go missing. So yeah, that was the issue. Well done, cow, for not escaping. You're in my good books. The rest of them in my bad books. So this is the shed next door, and as you can see, the cows that escaped have been down and pulled all the feed out and crapped all over it and made a mess. So what I'll do is I'll just scrape everything away into the middens in all the sheds this morning, and we'll start fresh, because there's not a lot else we can do, to be honest. As annoying as it is, this happening, at least they are contained in our yard. It's not like they've got out on the road and just disappeared, or 1 in the shed and 29 in the handling unit now. At least they are, I know where they are, they're contained. It's just annoying because we're short-staffed anyway. Time is of the essence to try and get stuff done before Christmas. This is one of those things you just don't need, but it could be worse. I've got over it. It's just a bit of a mess. We'll start the day properly now. Right, the yard looks a bit more normal now. I've just spent best part of half an hour bagging up probably 4 bags of plastic that the cattle has dragged down all the way down through these trees, and still a bit over there I've missed, but these trees are a nightmare as well, because you can't really get in them without poking your eyes out. But I think I'm now in a position to start actually doing some work, only an hour later than planned. This is a great example here, look, of why we chain these gates up. This one's actually popped out of where it's supposed to sit as well. They won't get out of that because it's chained. So just grab some bale cord. I'm going to tie the one up that the cattle escaped from. There's a guinea fowl. Get him. Not ours. These cows are still over in the handling. I'll need another person here to help me run them back. I'm not going to risk doing it on my own, but just going to tie this up, and I'm going to go down there and tie any of those up that haven't got a chain on, and then it'll be good, because we don't want this happening again over Christmas. Just here filling up the green feeds that the cattle actually broke out through, and I found a chain on the floor. So I'm guessing that was the one that was keeping that post tied, but it's not got a clasp on it or anything, so it's not a lot good. Put it up there. There's another chain there, look. Again, no clasp on it. Rex has come over and given me a hand to run the cattle back in, so the ones that broke out are now back in their pen and actually enjoying a bit of grub. I'm just going to finish up here, feeding the last pen up there, and then I'm going to take this machine home. 1, because it will need a charge tonight. We'll bring it back either tomorrow or the day after. And 2, John is starting to clean out the calves, and we've got no other machine that I can help him with back home, so I'll take this back. I can get in all the little tight corners with the bucket, which will be good. And we'll swap back over to the GoPro when we get back, because I know my phone isn't as good as recording as the GoPro is. Right, it's fair to say this thing is not very quick on the road. I think we averaged about 10k all the way back from the other farm. We'll go and find John, see if we can give him a hand. We are back on the GoPro. So John's got the big grab on the Manitou. and he has already started taking some dung out. There's 4 groups of calves over there in the handling. There's one group there and 1 group left down there. So yeah, he's done half the shed. What I'll do with the Merlot is all the little bits around the side that are sort of a bit intricate to get at with the Manitou. In and around the gates, in and around the drinkers, all that sort of tight stuff. And hopefully that will speed the operation up. John will just keep clearing all the big bits. I think I've said previously, the reason that we want to clean this out is we could do with the solid muck to mix with some of the sloppy stuff that we pick up every morning from the other sheds. The other reason, which is probably more important than that, is this is getting quite high off the floor in here now, and it's actually restricting the calves' ability to reach the bottom of their feed face. So they can't actually eat it. So that is another good reason for getting this cleaned out. I put the camera over here and you can see John coming in and flying at it a couple times. I mean, you see how high this is compared to the floor there. There's a good, I don't know, 18 inches of muck. Could do with going. I'm just going to work up and down these sides, push it into the middle for John. He can just keep coming as quick as he can. Then we'll get this hopefully done before dinner. Bed it all up, let them back out, and then tackle that pen and that pen afterwards. John is taking out some enormous loads. I'm just going to try and get this piece in the corner here, on there. You can push it up against the wall rather than the door then. And then we're getting somewhere. Ugh. So we are nearly done, just the last little bit to pick up. Sometimes there's just no substitute for a pitchfork and a bit of a can-do attitude. So I'm going to grab the last little bit here in the fork and the bucket, and then we can start chucking some straw in here and bedding it all down again. Right, we just put this on charge whilst we have some dinner. We'll give it a wash before we take it back to the other farm, but that's good enough now for a minute. If you could be so kind to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, that would be ever so good. And it would make me feel a lot better about how my day is currently going. Making a start on bedding the pens back up here. Using the straw chopper. I think John's waiting outside with another bit of straw to put in this once I'm empty. We like to give them a lot of straw when we start, nice deep bed to start with, keeps them warm and dry. I think John's just waiting out there with a bucket full of straw. Sort of leave it in piles, they'll come and knock it all about anyway, the cows, won't they? Get in it. Right, let's see how well this goes. Nice to make sure you got the closing the door shut.
We are action pose. Good action you got there, Josh.
It's not actually going down, the wind's taking it.
There's not actually a lot of this left, is there?
It's gone terrible. Oh, no.
Now, pushing back this way.
Go in one end.
And yeah, you got it.
Up.
Yeah.
Try and do that on your own.
No.
Oh.
I outrightly refuse.
Good work.
There you go.
Hang on. Cut. We're gonna leave cleaning any more animals out for today. We've just run 2 fat bullocks out of the shed here. They're now over there in the race. We did have a load of cattle booked in for the morning. We're actually gonna take them this afternoon instead because there's only me and John and Rex. So there's not a lot of us here. And then we got yard work to do in the morning, and if John's away taking cattle, and then it's only me and Rex and various things, it's just easier if they're gone now. So and also we need the tractor because we haven't got a spare tractor at the moment. We need the tractor for the straw chopper. So yeah, we got 2 out of this shed, and then we're going to go over to Rowden and load. There's 9 over there that are fit to go, and they're going into the abattoir this afternoon. This entire side of cattle on this side of the shed are nearly fit. I mean, some of them could go, it's just we could only get 1 load booked in before Christmas. So as soon as the new year comes, there'll be cattle galore going. It'll free up a lot of space. It'll mean we can move those calves across here if we need to for when they want to lamb a few sheep next door. It'll also drastically reduce our straw and silage intake. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So we've now got 1 empty pen. All these guys here on this side, they're on silage and they're having a fair bit of wheat, and they end up nuzzling their food a long way out because they're trying to sort it to get the wheat out. Whereas if you see like the heifers, they sort it, but they don't sort it anywhere near as much. These guys can't actually reach any feed now, so have to come and push it all in. You can nearly do with one of those little robots that just goes up and down every hour or so. But yeah, John's going to put the box on, we'll load up these cattle, we'll head over to the other farm, get ourselves sorted over there. Easy as that. All loaded up in the box. Just put the weigh stick back in the truck. This is going to tell me I'll park on the way now. As close as you can to me. There you are, 11 fat cattle on their way off the farm. I'm just going to push in the feed for the guys here, and then I'll head back and do some jobs at home. Now, if I'm being brutally honest, the jobs I've got planned for the rest of the afternoon aren't that interesting for you guys to watch. I'm just going to go and feed some calves and roll back some silage sheets. So we'll end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Doing both those things help massively to push out the videos to more people. I hope you all have a really, really good Christmas. eat lots of food and spend lots of time lounged out on the sofa. We will be coming with some very exciting new videos in the new year, so make sure you stay tuned. Check out the links in the description for something interesting down there, and we'll see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.